Hey, my name is Mr. J3T, aka Big Sexy, aka the Kentucky Cannon, aka the World Class Badass, aka Chocolate Thunder with Caramel Swirl, aka the Man of the Century, and aka the Spooky Guy. Yep, I'm the Spooky Guy because it is October. It is October. It is the spookiest time of the year, and in honor of October and in honor of Halloween, I am going to be talking about villains. Yes, I am going to the dark side for this month. Each weekend is going to be dedicated to a villain. So yeah, I'm getting balls deep into the dark side here. And today we are going to be talking about a relatively new group of villains for one Batman, and this group is called the Court of Owls. So, the Court made their first debut in Batman Volume 2 of the New 52 in 2011. So, they're relatively new. They're relatively a new group of villains for Batman because they came out in 2011. But even though they're new, they made a huge impact on Batman and the lore in general. And since then they became fan favorites because they've appeared in so many comic books, not just comic books. They made their way into animated movies, they made their way into TV shows, they made their way into video games with the Gotham Knights video game that's coming out. They're going to play a role in that. Hell, they may even play a role in the new Batman movie with Robert Pattinson. They may play a role there because there's all these owl images in the trailer, which I didn't catch because I'm not that type of guy. But yeah, so they're fan favorites. They've already made these huge appearances, and they're still relatively new. So, yes, the Court of Owls are basically, I describe them, they're basically the Gotham version of the Illuminati. There is this secret society who's ruled Gotham for literally centuries, ever since like the Stone Ages, not the Stone Ages, the early years of Gotham, like possibly even longer. They've been around for a long time, basically. And the members are made up of like some of the richest families of Gotham. So, and they all wear these owl masks to hide their faces. So, they first targeted Bruce Wayne because in Batman Volume 2 of the New 52, uh, he. Oh, yeah, I also forgot to mention they were created by Scott Snyder. He's the writer. And Greg Capullo. He's the artist. So I forgot to mention that they were created by Scott Snyder, the writer, and Greg Capullo, the artist. Okay. So, they first got targeted Bruce Wayne when Bruce Wayne had plans to basically rebuild Gotham, to refurbish Gotham and all of that. And the Court of Owls couldn't have that because they got hiding spots everywhere in Gotham. So Bruce Wayne was on their hit list. So they sent the Talon after Bruce Wayne. The Talon are basically, they're assassins. They're elite level assassins. And they sent the big Talon, their best one, after Bruce Wayne. But Bruce Wayne survives, obviously. And Bruce Wayne, as Batman, goes to investigate the Court of Owls further. So, in this investigation, he finds out that the court has been around for, a long time. They've been around for centuries, ruling Gotham from the shadows. And they have hideouts everywhere in Gotham. And the big one, that they have ties to Batman's family. They have ties to Bruce Wayne's family. So this immediately catches Bruce Batman's attention, and he's like, okay, I gotta find out how deep the connection to my family goes. And this leads to him facing off against the Talons numerous times, and some occasions almost even costing him his life. So, yes, they are no joke. The Talons are no joke, and the group itself is no joke. And I would tell you more, but that's where I'm going to leave it at, because I want to keep it to the basics. So, the group, the Owls, the court, they've made a huge splash in the Gotham lore, and I'm personally a fan of them. I became a fan recently. Well, not recently. I've always been kind of like a little bit of a fan back then when I first saw them. But now, since I know more about them, I became a really big fan of them because they're just very creepy, you know? Like I said, they have these owl masks that hide their identities, so you don't really know who they are. Also, they hire young, they recruit young, because they're these little kids with these owl masks on. So they recruit kids, and these kids are just standing there with these little suits and their masks. And yeah, it's just creepy. That just adds to their creepiness. Also, those talons, those assassin talons. Yeah, you don't want to mess with them, basically. You don't want to get on their bad side. So, yes. Also, they just work because owls are the natural predators to bats. So they work on that level too. If you didn't know that, now you know. So don't say you don't learn anything from this channel, folks. Yeah, so they just work on that level too, and they fit right in to the Batman world. They fit right into Batman's rogues gallery. They fit like a glove. They're just perfect. And as for reading recommendations, pretty much read the entirety of the New 52 Batman run by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, because it's a great run. Also, read Robin War, Batman of Night of the Owls, and for movie recommendations, if you don't like reading, there's the animated film Batman vs. Robin. They play a huge part in that. Also, they play a big part in the TV show Gotham, so watch that. Play the game Gotham Knights that's coming out, because they play a huge part in that. They're going to play a huge part in that. Also, potentially watch Batman, the new Batman movie coming out in 2021, because they may also play a part in that too. So look out for that movie. And yes, those are all the recommendations. But before I go, I want to leave all of you with a nursery rhyme. Beware the court of owls that watches all the time, ruling Gotham from a shadowed perch behind granite and lime. They watch you at your hearth, they watch you in your bed. Speak not a whispered word about them, or they'll send the talon for your head. Yeah, they have a whole nursery rhyme. This secret society has a nursery rhyme, which just adds to their creepiness. And this is a creepy... This is just a creepy nursery rhyme altogether. Like, they'll send the talon for your head. Jesus, oof. And I forgot to mention, though, they improved on this nursery rhyme a little bit with the Gotham Knights trailer, because there's a mild monologue of a creepy kid, and that said creepy kid is saying a version of the nursery rhyme. So, yes, it's creepier when you read it, but it's creepier when a little spooky little kid reads it. So yeah, the secret society has a nursery rhyme. Yeah. Be glad that they aren't real, folks. Be glad that they aren't real. But anyway, that's about it. I hope I piqued your interest in the Court of Owls. I hope I piqued your interest in them. For the next villain, I don't really know. I don't really know the next villain. I may keep it a surprise. But if you guys want, you can recommend me villains to talk about if you guys want. You can comment down below villains that you want me to talk about next, and I'll do them. If you want. If you guys want. Just want to get you guys involved. Anyway, that's about it. That's all I wanted to talk about the Court of Owls. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. But guys, if you really like me, consider subscribing and ringing that bell so you always know when I upload. The month of October is just starting, and I just took one step into the dark side. But by the end of October, I'm going to have an apartment in the dark side. I'm going to have a whole apartment. It's going to be nice, I'm going to have furniture, a guest room. I'm going to have food in the refrigerator. I'm going to have the lights on, bills paid. It's going to be a nice 5-star apartment in the dark side. Deuces.